All right, there we are. All right, man. Well, thanks for the time. So, if you wouldn't mind, tell us your name and where you're from.
Yeah, my name is J.R. Caluya. I'm from Campbell, California, originally from San Luis Obispo, California. That's more central coast of California. But yeah, I live 30 minutes from San Francisco.
Love it. Okay. So the big thing that I'm trying to prove with my mission with push-ups is that anyone can do anything in life. So my anything is push-ups to try to inspire. And I'm also trying to talk with any and all people out there about what their anything is. So no right or wrong answer here, but what is your anything? What are you working on in life? What do you want to share with the world?
Yeah.
What's going on?
So right now, I actually set a crazy high goal for myself. Is to run the San Francisco Marathon in July, and I'm doing the full 26.2 miles. And I'm doing it just to prove that I can be consistent on what I can do. And basically, throughout the times running, I'm not an avid runner. I used to play sports growing up. I was an athlete in high school, things like that. Just running wasn't something that I enjoyed. It was more of a discipline because we do something wrong, we'll have to run, stuff like that. And realizing that now my son's getting older. I need to be active. I need to be a good dad. It's my first son, Isaiah, and I think around February is when I found your content, and then I realized that you're doing this for other bigger reasons than just push-ups. You're doing to be consistent. There's other things and other aspects with it. But I also thought to myself, what else can I do besides the 26.2 miles? And I thought of why not give back to kids in the community that would like to learn about stuff that I've been through and knowledges and stuff like that. Me and my wife take the I don't know if you know it is the Dave Ramsey curriculum. It teaches people about finances, being debt free. I wasn't great with money in the year 2020. We paid off 40,000 in 8 months. Cash flowed all IVF, 2 cycles. Going through that as in a place where coming from a husband side was very tough because having someone go through those types of, I guess, struggles and not coming out as like, this is tough, this is hard, kind of depression. And I was leading to that. And noticed that um, financial, basically unstable, being unstable financially in a country that's only going to get more expensive really gave me anxiety and it was hard. And how to come out of it, I thought of why not just look up something. And then Dave Ramsey, a debt free scream came up at work, and I started being emotional. I started to be depressed. I started crying because I knew I was in trouble. And he helped me along the way. But I thought that, oh, maybe this is just a something that he just wants me to pay for money. But I did it all for free. And I told my wife, like, let's all get on board. Let's figure this out together. We're not going to get any help from family. Let's just do this together. So me and her were working day and night, and I told her, what do you really want in life? And she's like, I've always wanted to have kids because she only has one ovary on her other side, and she had a dermoid cyst. And knowing that through that long process, IVF was basically a big choice that isn't guaranteed to have kids, but also very expensive. And knowing that we can work really hard, pay off our debt, pay off this IVF, it just made our mind so much stronger. Knowing that not only our muscles, biceps, legs, and everything is a part of our muscle as great working out, but our mind is also strong as well. You got to have that there. And knowing that the run is basically, don't want to cut it too long, but I'm running to basically get this Dave Ramsey curriculum to a high school that I got approved in Hawaii. It's first ever course. It's in Waipahu High School that is going to teach kids about understanding money, what stocks are, what student loans are, what compound interest is. Knowing that if you do not decide to go to basically college, you have other options. There's other doors, as in trade schools, stuff like that. Whatever you're interested in. But knowing that the world can be a scary place after high school is something that a lot of people don't really tell you about and
Mm-hmm.
experience. Knowing that you have opportunities to kind of grow in the way you want to, and also being financially free. I understand money doesn't make people happy, but at least it gives you options. And knowing that you can put your money and finances in the right direction, whether you decide to or not, you can live the life you want.
Mm-hmm.
And changing my family's legacy is something that was hard work, but I would not trade it for the world to be where I'm at now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm 33. I have a son. Hopefully, more kids later on. But we had our son naturally, and it was a blessing in disguise because it was after being debt free. And I just couldn't think of anything more to just kind of just be where I'm at. And your platform is just amazing. And I think on February 19th, I did every 4 hours. Basically, the David Goggins challenge. It was 4x4x48,
You
and I
did
was
that.
looking at that. I did it, but it's gonna lead up to that. I actually was like, let me try just doing push-ups, right? Because I see you doing push-ups. You're doing like thousands, thousands. Man, it's amazing. So I'll start with 100. I'm gonna do 100 every 4 hours, and let me see if I can do it for 48 hours straight. I ended up doing it. I felt great. My birthday was coming up in on March, so I was like, the end of March. It was basically the beginning last day of February. I started my challenge. So basically the 4x4 miles, 4 hours, 48 hours, and I added 100 push-ups because of your content. Because the content you did, people only do for four miles for 48 hours. I added the 100 push-ups, and doing that was amazing because you know what? It's made me more content and more, I guess, put myself to see if I can do this unrealistic challenge that many people don't add on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And doing that, I completed it. I did them all while I had a son. I had to do it in the rain. I had to do it when I had him, taking care of him. It was just unbelievable. And my last 4 miles, and my basically my 100 push-ups were just the best form. I just like was doing everything around. Like, okay, I'm gonna just go do it. And then it was my last ones. And then I came to my wife and I told her I did it, and she was crying in basically just achievements, just happy and just so like I didn't know you can do that. I'm like the mind is a beautiful thing, and I'm doing it just to be consistent to let you know that hey, if I can't take out the trash or anything, like that's only gonna take me a couple seconds. Like this is I'm gonna make this into a life thing routine, knowing that if I can do this and add something else on top of it, why can't I do something that I don't like for 2 seconds or maybe a minute?
Mm-hmm.
It's just something like that where I just find so inspiring that your content is like, why not do something more with it? And I just want to continue it after I do my race in July.
Mm-hmm.
Like your thing is, why what's after it? I me used to just be consistent. Maybe I think yesterday I ran 13 miles. I work at the post office, and my route is about 8 miles, so I'd walk 8 miles. So on top of that, I would just run at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, and then go to work. So I just being very consistent. I keep my self time is around from 4 to basically 8, and then the rest of my time is to my wife and my kids.
Huh. Man,
Yeah. So I mean,
dude,
yeah.
first of all, that's incredible. I mean, I everything that you just shared is wild. So good for you. You should be so proud of everything you have going on. So a couple quick questions because there was so much good stuff in there that you're up to.
No, yeah, I've been through a lot. Yeah.
Dude. Um so you just to reiterate and just to make sure I had it right. So you guys went through the whole IVF thing twice?
Yeah. So my wife's basically the other side of her working ovary, her dermoid cyst came back, as in it was attracting the other side. So we're at Stanford, we could not be more thankful with doctors they have and the researchers they done. It was a choice of either remove it and not have it there anymore, or keep coming reoccurring, or let's just go down this path of the unknown.
Mm.
And what happened was like, how much is this going to cost? The insurance at the post office helps a lot, but not enough. And knowing that we didn't have the money financially, I asked her, we had a deep talk. Hey, let's figure something out. What do you want to do? Like, this is your body. This is what you want to do. I'm gonna respect what you want to do, and I'm gonna be on board with it. And she's like, let's do the IVF again. I'm like, I have to give her injections, and not knowing that people have to go through that, and they don't teach you how to do it. I'm not great with needles. I almost passed out the first time, but knowing that that's traumatizing for me, knowing that it's hurting my wife, but also she's going through this because she wants to do it, and it was just tough. It was just like being a man in that type of position. Not a lot of people talk about their feelings as in being vulnerable. I wasn't growing up like that. I was grown to just be tough. and it was just hard. And we had to pay that out of pocket. It was like at least 100,000. It was 100,000 that we paid in just cash flowing everything. I said, let's just pay for it. Let's just work. Let's just work. I was working 12 to 14 hours a day, and
Oh my
she was
God.
working just about the same. And knowing that we're not tied to anything financially, as in having our kids paid for every month, we have it all paid for. We just have to pay for the storage fee. That's only $500, and now we can cash flow that anytime now. And it was just something that was important to both of us. And I guess that, you being a great husband, and having a wife and kids, knowing that when you're on the same team and you're on the same page, you guys can do anything. And it's just strong knowing that you have this type of person that you're going to live with forever, your soulmate, knowing that you guys are on the same page, you guys can do great things.
Mm.
And I realized that growing up, like knowing that I'm still young now, she's young as well. She's like turning 30 this year in June. And she was on board with a lot of the stuff, and we couldn't be happier to where we're at now if we didn't team up.
Mm.
And it was just amazing. Yeah. So knowing that we're all on the same page with a lot of the stuff that we're doing now, it just helps. It just communicates. Yeah, we do have arguments here and there. I mean, figuring out where to eat is just hard, but we know that. And
Yeah.
that's just something that they'll never let us know. Just they think we're mind readers, but it's just yeah, I tend to, you know, I guess not be true to myself before, but now who I am now, I'm very comfortable with my mistakes, what I've been through, not being, I guess, the center of attention to where I was trying to please everyone else besides myself. And I couldn't be where I'm at now, like also losing 30 pounds to where I'm at. It's just mind blowing. I love it. I love this lifestyle. I want to keep doing it. It's just that I guess you maybe had runner's high before running around, and
Totally.
it feels amazing. And I can't. I had mine around from 6 to 10 miles yesterday, and it felt great.
Mm.
So
That dude,
yeah,
that's awesome. I can completely
dude,
relate
yeah,
with that. It's addicting, and it's such a better. It's like the best high you can get in my
yeah.
experience.
When I saw you run, I was like, oh, he's running too. I was like, dude,
Yeah,
that's
dude.
cool, dude.
Well,
Yeah,
it's like I mean, it's just worth it, and it's hard. Every run I go on sucks, but that's
yeah.
that's the point, because you overcome it, right? So, all right, so you guys, God, man, so you went. Did you say you overcame $80,000 in debt or $40,000 in
It
debt?
was so 40,000 was just consumer debt, credit cards, our car, basically nonsense stuff that we were just buying here and there. We just combined it, and it equaled out to that. But it also was my wife's proposal ring. So I took out a 401k loan off of that, and I felt bad, and I didn't know what to do. And that's why it came down to basically listen to Dave Ramsey and be like, I need something. I don't want to talk to someone that's close that's gonna judge me. And the IVF was close to 100,000. Yeah,
That's
yeah. It was.
crazy.
We didn't put it on there because it was just something that was meaningful to us. We just want to keep to ourselves. But we tell people sometimes it's expensive if you're trying to go that route,
Yeah.
and it's not guaranteed, and it's tough. Whether you have the money or not, people, having kids is just amazing. It's a blessing, and
Man,
yeah, it's just
that's incredible. Well,
yeah.
good for you. That is so inspiring just to hear. And tell me more about your job. So you said you work at the post office. What is your job?
Yeah, so I'm a mailman. I work at the post office. I think in was it 2024 now? 2012, I think, 2013, I transferred from San Luis Obispo to the post office here in Sunnyvale, California. It's basically 30 minutes from San Francisco, but it's a lot bigger office. I just transferred as a mailman just to help my wife because she was going to college at the same time to do X-ray technology,
Wow.
ultrasound. I mean, something like that. It was something around that range at Foothill College, and I was there to support her. But within that time, basically, she was living with my godparents' son that they had extra room, so just helping us out financially, and that's where we ended up coming here just to Silicon Valley. Basically, it was just to just kind of grow out of a small town because this San Luis Obispo was very small. It's just a small town where everyone knows everyone, and it's just something that I kind of wanted to branch out. It was scary. It gave me anxiety. I was homesick for a lot of times, but knowing that life is hard, but it's up to you whether you want to take the door of how can I improve, or if I want to stay where I'm at and grow. And I had to really how to self identify who I am and who I was, either as a boyfriend before or as a husband now. And now I'm figuring out I know a lot of myself, who I am now, and telling people, and they feel off the energy. I wish I could talk to you in person, knowing that my energy is rubbing off in such a positive way. And I couldn't thank the post office enough, because I was like basically getting funds was 2,500 for this school to get this curriculum out there, the Dave Ramsey financial curriculum. They were so generous enough to reach out and tell people and give donations, because it's not just their donation is going to the next generation, the generation for our country, the country that, should know that we need to know these types of things after high school or after college. That's only a small part of our lives. And being caring to these kids and everyone else as parents, they're a lot older. They've been at both house 30 years plus, and they're basically, I'm 33, so they've been there since I was born. It's just something that I get to talk to them, and they get to get knowledge from me. It's a vice versa type thing, but the energy was just so live, and I couldn't be more thankful knowing that they're there to help me, there to ask questions, not just give donations or anything, just time. And their time was just very valuable to me. I just couldn't thank them enough to kind of help with donations, and also friends and family. Also, my coach that taught me a lot of life lessons in basketball. His name is Coach Amadi. He's still coaching now with the kids, and he's telling them that, hey, what I'm teaching you is what you're gonna learn in life. You know, don't just be early. Like, be 20 minutes early, be 30 minutes early. When you're there on time, you're late. He's just trying to tell us that. And knowing that he gave us disciplinary actions in a positive way, I called him up last week, and he was like, man, you're one of the few that actually called me, and knowing that this stuff works. I'm like, yeah, coach, like, you did a great job. And he was so pleased to know that it's the stuff he's doing is helping.
Hmm.
And I told him, I was like, I'm doing this for the kids and stuff like that. And he's like, dude, that's great. Like, I can't thank you enough to do anything. I'm just going to spread the word. And I was like, I have all the donations set already. I'm going to sign the papers today. And basically, the Dave Ramsey show is on Monday through Friday. It's on a live podcast in Tennessee. And I'm going to call them and let them know that this is going to a great cause. And basically, it's the last 2 days of Financial Literacy Month. So it's just going to give back to the community, knowing that the platform is just going to be bigger. I hope they can continue to keep this there, so that our next generation of kids can understand that there's options. You can actually buy a house in this type of, I guess, community, or this climate, or this world, because it's so expensive. You guys have options. You guys can do this. Like, remember, your guys' brain is a muscle that you guys need to work on all the time. And me being full Filipino, my parents came from the Philippines, worked in the farms here. I did the same things growing up with them. Hard work, it's not instant like it's on TikTok or Instagram. You guys gotta go through the trials and tribulations. These things are life lessons. Failures are great. It's how you learn from them. And knowing that we need to teach that more at school. You just need to know that, hey, if you fail, you got other chances to try again. And people don't need to really know that. Like, that's something that, I guess, just to keep getting back up, and it's always going to be okay. That's only a small part of your life. Just keep going. A lot of these life lessons are just tough, but not many people are like that. But knowing that if they can teach this and it counts as high school credits for their graduation, hey, why not get this curriculum out there?
That's awesome. Why
Yeah.
a high school in Hawaii? What's the connection there?
So I go every year. I basically every other year when I was basically middle school, and Hawaii was something that I kind of grew fond of, because there's a lot of diverse people over there, and there are a lot of people that look like me, or Polynesian, or Filipino. And I was looking at the platform. I said, let me get the biggest high school, the public high school that has a range of amount of kids, and let me get the oldest school. Waipalu High School is known for their their great learning and education, and their kids are so good. They teach things in traditional ways, the aloha spirit, stuff like that. And knowing that I would drive around. You go from North Shore, you go from everywhere town. It's nice, but also there's lots of hard living places, and there's maybe 8 to 10 people living in one house in a two-bedroom house. And having that, knowing that I can give back to not only these kids, is to the parents that don't learn about finances or teach kids about finances at home. And helping everyone, as in teachers and everything else, having this platform is actually going to be its first curriculum out in Hawaii. So I'm actually opening the door for this as an opportunity to realize that this you can do anything, and opening this door as in their first curriculum ever in Hawaii on this island on Oahu is just going to be mind blowing, because now the platform is just going to get bigger. People are going to give out stuff like that, and so it's going to be good.
Incredible. God,
Yeah,
that's so awesome. I completely agree with just education in general and
yeah,
teaching the younger group of people. Like what you're trying to push is so much more uh like tangible skills. I don't have that stuff. So that's where I'm like, I might as well just try to inspire and pump people up, you know? But like what you're pushing is so much more, I'm not getting the right word, but it's so much more like valuable, literally, because
yeah.
it will help people's lives, you know? So
Yeah.
that's incredible, man. Good for you. So the marathon is what's the date of that? July.
July 28th on a Sunday. So I'm assuming it's at 5 o'clock in the morning Western time. And from what I see on YouTube and stuff, thousands of people. It's a pretty big marathon. Definitely crazy hills. Got to do a lot of incline, stuff like that. But it runs across the bridge twice, and then knowing that basically, yeah, I don't know what to expect. I'm basically waiting for the unknown. I've done a little bit of a walkthrough, but I kind of want to be curious about it. I want to be surprised.
Yeah.
I want to endure these types of struggles and pains and stuff like that. That's going through, real life situations, like
Yeah.
up and down. So we're like a roller coaster. 26.2 miles. Not only am I doing the miles, I'm doing the miles for the kids,
Yeah.
for the parents, for the teachers, for everyone around me, for you, Kevin. Like, I'm doing it for the cause of basically a higher platform than what I'm at right now. It's just me. Having people acknowledge that uh, even if I am Filipino, even if I'm something else or anything like that, there's always options in life now, knowing that you can do certain things in life in a positive way where karma and energy come around to everyone that's around you. And I wish I could meet you in person, because like what you're doing is just I love it. I love the consistency. Like I want to test myself even more after the miles. Like what am I gonna do after? And it's just something that I've always wanted to test myself and test my mind, see what I can do. Maybe an Ironman, maybe an ultra marathon, things like that. Those things I know I can do, because all my depression, anxiety, and trauma, I'm putting those into my miles as a positive thing to release.
100%.
And it's just something that as men we don't really talk about. And I'm just there to kind of be that platform of knowing that, hey, it's okay, dude. It's okay. Like we're all human and we've all been through stuff. We all need this stuff sometimes. We can let out our feelings and talk about it. We don't have to be judged all the time and just live like this tough, ego minded person, when realistically we're just human. And being at that type of stage as a husband and stuff like that, we've got struggles too, and it's just different. But knowing that we can come out and be stronger for our sons and our daughters is what's possible, and just that's all that matters. That's what I think.
That is all that matters. I think that's correct. I'm 35, so
Yeah.
I'm essentially the exact same age as you. And it's yeah, I think
Wow.
that's the right answer. It's like we do the best we can, right?
Yeah.
And like there's no guarantee of things happening or not happening or whatever.
No.
But as long as we do the best that we can, I think that makes it work, right? Like whatever
The
work.
the odds the odds feel greater.
Yes, totally.
Like I think of it, because I'm not an avid gambler. I would say like my gut, my feeling, if I'm being consistent, this is hard, but I know it's going to be great for my family. You doing these push-ups, you getting so close to a million push-ups, and your son seeing you and you doing it, even though they're just there playing and stuff like that, they feel the energy, they feel the struggle, they feel the pain. They know that wow, dad's Superman. Like he's freaking amazing. Like what else can he do? Like let me see what else my dad can do, because you know what? Like they might be at school, hey, my dad's doing a million push-ups. what the, like, you know
Or
what I
my
mean?
dad's
Like,
running the marathon, or my dad's
or my
working
dad,
12
yeah,
to 14 hours a day, or my dad overcame
yeah,
tens of thousands of dollars of debt. I mean, dude, this is massive. So I appreciate you saying all of that, but dude, this is about you, man. So one final question here, and then we can wrap up. Your son very possibly will see this. How old is he right now?
he is 15 months, so a year. His birthday was in January 6th, so from now, yes, about
Love it.
April
So
2nd.
your
Yeah,
son, your 15-month-old son, very possibly, just because this is the way the world works, he'll see this in 20 or 30 years. What
yeah,
message do you want to send him, his future self, when he's looking at this later in life?
yeah. So, Isaiah, his name is Isaiah Cash Caluya. Um, our family's tree has changed for the better, and me being consistent dad and being the best dad that I can, I just want to let you know I love you in all aspects of ways, through hard work, through struggles, through pain, through being disciplined, through my mistakes of being a first time dad. I'm still gonna keep learning and being your dad, and I love you. And there's nothing more than just to give my time to you living on this earth because I love you so much. I just hope the greatest things in life is just gonna get you to where you want to be.
That's awesome, man. Dude,
Yeah,
awesome. Actually, final question here.
yeah.
What if people that are listening to this only heard one thing from you? What would you want it to be? Like, what's your one message? If you could get the whole world to hear something, what would it be?
One message. Uh, I would say be who you are. Um, People might not like it. People might see it in a different way, but the majority of people, when you say grass is always greener on the other side, um, and also one quote that I like, his name is from Matt Choi. I follow him. He's a Korean American. He's done crazy things, and he's a football player. But so and so, he said, treat the janitor like you would the CEO. And the way I see it in that type of way is, it can mean many things. To me, it means so much more than just the words he just said. Treating people with that type of respect in a way where, no judgment's really needed. Until you really get to know me and not just see who I am or what I wear, kind of talk to me, stuff like that. And then you'll get to know if you like me or not. But at the end of the day, I'm just here on this earth for a short amount of time and just giving back to what I can do now when I'm 33 years old. It's just mind blowing because my parents and my grandparents would be so proud right now.
Dude, that's incredible. I mean, that in
Yeah.
itself is what a blessing. What a blessing that you've worked for. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't just,
Yeah.
you know way better than anybody. It didn't just happen. You worked for it. So good for you, man. That's incredible.
Yeah. Thanks, Kevin.
Dude, this is awesome. All right, I'm gonna turn off the